Hey y'all, this is the Twin Rivers Music Scene podcast with your host Madison
and Reed. We're here to highlight local and upcoming musicians in and around New Braunfels, Texas.
We believe the Texas and Americana music scene is what truly makes this town special, and we are so excited to provide a platform for y'all to hear straight from the artists themselves.
We hope y'all enjoy the Twin Rivers Music Scene podcast and stay tuned for more interviews posted every other Friday.
No venue too far, any song at every bar. Here to cover your needs. Twin Rivers Music Scene.
This next singer-songwriter is a powerhouse in the Texas country music scene, known for her fiery live performances, clever lyrics, and undeniable stage presence. She is an award-winning artist, a festival favorite, and a woman who has built a loyal fan base by staying true to herself. Unapologetically bold, fiercely talented, and as down-to-earth as they come. With multiple albums, chart-topping singles, and one of the most electrifying live shows on the circuit, Twin Rivers is honored to introduce the incredibly talented Bri Bagwell to the podcast.
Where did you get that intro?
I wrote
She
it.
came up with
amazing. I need you to chop that up, and I'm going to use it.
I'll send it to you. Some people actually have asked us to
like
send our intros, like bios, to them.
Yeah.
100%. That was, thank you. I'm honored. I'm almost crying. Like, that was so nice.
You
Thank
could be the first. But no, we're so honored to have you here. Thank you for making the time to come to good old Riley's and hang out with us.
Just right by my house. Not really, but I mean, like, near my home.
Yeah.
So it was perfect. And I didn't have a show yesterday because everything was canceled. So it was perfect. It's been a crazy weekend.
Yes, it has.
I have like I don't know who I am if I'm not playing shows kind of moment. And we're out and like we couldn't get a table anywhere because it was Saturday.
Yeah.
We're not used to eating in New Braunfels on Saturday. So it was just kind of, we didn't know who we are if we're not being musicians.
You're like, what's going on right now?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm just casually hanging out.
Yeah, on a Saturday. Am I okay?
It's funny.
What do I wear?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Everything's
I
up in
didn't
the air.
know. Yeah.
Just wear your stage outfit that you're supposed to wear.
Right. So yesterday they were making fun of me because my hair was just up. They were calling me bird's nest yesterday. But it's like, if I'm not on stage, I'm not going to do my hair.
Yeah.
But then we saw a million people when we were out. And some people were taking pictures. And I was like, I'm super sorry, but I'm not doing my hair if I don't have a show.
Yeah.
Here,
And that's how it always goes. You see the most people when you're like least prepared, I feel like.
Right.
Yeah.
It was, yes. And I met a couple really amazing famous people yesterday. And I was just, they like took a picture and they're like, that's what you're going to have your hair looking like. But you know what?
Just shows you're having a good time.
It's you. It's fine.
Yeah.
Good vibes.
Whatever.
We love the hat that you're wearing today.
Thank you.
Twin Rivers.
It's a good hat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Glad you like it.
Thank you.
So last time we talked to you was on your podcast, and you had mentioned that you and Paul met here at Riley's Tavern. Do you want to tell us the story behind that?
Yeah. Well, we don't actually like, even know where we met exactly because we've just been both playing music in the scene for so long. And I was just such a fan of his. But when we first started dating, I had a show here and he had a show somewhere else. And he told me to check behind the curtain. And he left me a love note behind the curtain at Riley's Tavern.
That is so cool.
It was so cute. And I still have it. I wear it in my cowboy hat. But
That's sweet.
yeah, so we have a sweet little Riley's story. So every time, we're driving by, we always pop in, and such a great place, such a great vibe. And it's just a sweet place for us. Good memory.
And how long ago was that?
Oh, like probably like almost 6 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Wild. I just have always been a fan of his music and his songwriting, and everyone except for him knew that, and Kevin Fowler knew that I had a crush on him, so he set that up, put us in a group text, and the rest is history.
That's awesome.
Do y'all collaborate with y'all's music a lot?
Yeah.
Or do you try to keep it separate?
No, we definitely do. Not as much as we should probably, but we will. Like, for example, for my last record, we took a trip to West Texas to polish up some songs. And if we make the trip about that. We record a lot together. So the last couple songs I put out, Border Girl and then The Rescue, he did those entirely in our home studio and played all the instruments on them. So
That's awesome.
we do a lot of recording together, which is fun. And we have written a few songs together, and they're always, I mean, I love when we write together. It's been really fun. We have to really carve time out for that because we've been building our house and stuff too. So it's hard to find time to be creative, but I love working with him. It's even on tedious projects. We did one really big tedious project, like for a recording project for someone else. And it was so hard, but we had a great time. And I thought, man, that if we didn't love each other so much, that could have been the end.
Right.
Like they already love each other.
It was really hard. And I was, singing in front of your boyfriend, and he's such a great singer. And it's so vulnerable being in the studio, but it was great.
Okay, I love that. That's really cool that y'all have like a little home studio too, where y'all can just kind of do it right there and then. And that's awesome that he like plays so many instruments.
Yeah. And I think COVID really showed us that we could do that. We didn't really know that we could do everything remotely like that. So he's laying down some guitar for one of my new tracks today in the home studio. So it's pretty fun. He's really nerdy about microphones and compressors and whatever. And so he has all of that, and he knows how to engineer and use Pro Tools or whatever. So that really was a benefit for me that I didn't know was going to be there. And now, I'm like, lucky me.
You're like, woohoo, hit the jackpot with that one too.
Yeah. Can you go do this real fast?
So y'all are building your new house right now. Are you already in it with the new recording studio? Or are you kind of going back and forth?
Yeah, we're not quite in it yet. We're waiting on the city to approve some things so we can officially move in. So our studio is actually kind of in limbo right now. But we're almost there, and it's really exciting. We built most of the inside with just our two hands. It's crazy. We've been building it for about 4 years now. And I mean, Paul put every piece of flooring in there, and we did all the shiplap, and Willie Brown from Reckless Kelly did our countertops, and Jay Rice, who's merchant content for Randy Rogers, did our drywall. And so there's just a bunch of people that have kind of had their hands in it and helped us out, and it's just been a labor of love. But everyone that sees it is kind of like, wow, I think people expect it to look worse than it does, including myself. Like, I'm kind of shocked at how it looks really nice in there.
Yeah.
That's so special. I love that.
And it's cool that all like y'all's friends are helping y'all with it too and everything. So like you said, like this person did this. So every time you're in there living in it, you're like, yeah, they had a hand in this.
Yes. And I met these lovely painters from Arizona, Brassberries Painting Company, and they came all the way from Arizona and painted our house for free.
That's so cool.
Just crazy stories. Like every piece of it has a story. And we're collecting rainwater, so we're trying to kind of be environmentally friendly, and it really looks kind of like a German-ish style house to fit in with New Braunfels, and just trying to be thoughtful about where we live and like what we're doing for the environment and what we're doing for our community. Kind of, we just love New Braunfels so much.
I love that. So when did you move to New Braunfels?
2019.
Okay, because you're from New Mexico.
Yes, but I moved to Austin in 2005.
Okay.
So I've been in Texas 20 years. So I'm going to have a project come out later this year, maybe next year, depending on how everything goes, called 20 Years in Texas, because I've been here for 20 years, which is wild.
I love that.
Yeah. So
That's
I've lived in
crazy.
Austin and Buda, and I lived in College Station for a while, and back to Austin. And then all my friends were kind of in New Braunfels. And of course, like Bo Brumble's one of my best friends. And I would go down there and we'd hang on the river, and like, this place is awesome. So I moved and Miles Smith was my neighbor. So we found out about the duplex where I rented because of it. He was like, literally, we shared a wall during COVID. And we would,
You love my
That's a fun person to share a wall with. Love
The
it.
best.
Yeah.
I would do those live streams during COVID. The walls were so thin that I'd get done playing and he would clap like through the walls. I'd be like, how's the weather today?
so funny.
So it was just kind of, then it's really wild how many, and then a bunch of my best friends moved here, but how many musicians are in New Braunfels? It's crazy.
It is crazy.
So it's just the perfect place. And now, even though I've only been here 5 years or whatever, I'm like, stop moving here. Like, I'm owning, like,
You are local now, though, so
yeah,
you
I'm
can say
local.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit more about like your early days in music when you moved to Texas and getting started in that?
Yeah, I loved Texas country. Just being from New Mexico, my brothers would drive to El Paso to see people like Pat Green and Jason Boland, and I moved to Austin because I wanted to do that. Like, that's what the people were writing the music that I loved, and Cory Morrow. And I just remember going to a Randy Rogers concert when I was in college, because I moved to Austin. I got into UT, so I moved, and I was a business major, but also it was a music town, so it seemed like the perfect place to go. And then I remember going to a Randy Rogers concert and thinking, I'm going to be the crazy person that knows every word to every song. And everybody knew every word to every song, and I was like, this scene is so special. It was the moment that I was like, this is crazy, because I never got to see it firsthand. And so I started, I was writing songs already at that point. And then I went to see Curtis Grimes on 6th Street at a bar called Mother Ian's, and he got me up to play a song, and the bar owner gave me my first show after that. And I started playing shows, and I was still in college, so I was senior in college, playing shows at this little bar for $50 for 2 hours on Red Dirt Mondays or whatever. That's just, it's wild. My first booking agent, he's in town this weekend. We hung out all day yesterday, but I met him shortly after that, and he had on his roster Scooter Braun, Josh Ward, Adam Hood, Cody Johnson, Jody Booth, Bri Bagwell. So I got to play my early days with all of those guys. It's wild looking back.
That's incredible.
It's crazy. It's so fun though. Like I can't even believe that we were all just starting with that group of people, and then we've all kind of gone to still play, and to see what Cody's done, obviously, was amazing. But just being friends with all those guys, and we were just sitting in a circle playing Merle Haggard together, and now we're all still doing it.
That's awesome. Well, you've had an incredible career, and like have been continuing to have a credible career as an independent artist. What's, do you think, the most rewarding thing?
I think it's just putting out whatever I want and writing whatever I want. Like, I'm writing a song right now about getting older, and
I'll have to listen to that.
Yeah. And I don't think if I had a record deal, they would like a song like that. But I have had record deals, publishing deals, managers. I've had all that. And so right now I don't have any of that. And so I think the most rewarding part is making my own decisions about everything. Even though it's really overwhelming, it's really fun and nice to say, hey, these are the kinds of songs that I want to write right now, and here's what I want them to sound like. And I got to choose my producer and my studio and my band, and having complete control over that is incredibly rewarding.
Yeah.
So with it being like songs that you have like complete control over, what song of yours do you think is the most you, and why would you like pick that song?
Yeah. Well, I'm about to come out with one called Hit the Highway, and it comes out July 18th, and it's about being on the road. And I always feel like people aren't going to relate to this because there's not a lot of people doing exactly what I do, but it's not true. People like songs that are really about you and that are really authentic to you. Those are always the ones that people love. Plus, if they want to know what it's like to really be on the road, like this song is like that. And I was on the road for 3 weeks straight one time, and I remember looking in the mirror and just thinking, oh my gosh, I'm 107 years old. Like I was so just tired and dehydrated and, worn down. And so it's like, if you're going to hit the highway, it's going to hit you back is what the song is.
Yeah.
And that, cause you beat up the highway and it beats you up too. And I think that people know that about me, that I am kind of a road warrior. That is like synonymous with who I am. But it's not like, okay, it's so glamorous all the time. It's real life, and it's really hard sometimes. And sometimes you're going to look 107.
I like that because I feel like a lot of people that aren't musicians like us, like fans and stuff, we always glamorize the road. Like, oh my gosh, that's such like a glamorous lifestyle. And you're saying, yeah, there are parts that are like that. But then the reality of it is like the day in and day out, like toughness of it.
Yeah. And just I was talking to William Beckman. Our shows got canceled on Friday, and we were just talking about some of the things. And this girl kind of overheard, and she said, oh my gosh, I never even thought about that before. And it's like, right. But when you get with somebody who does it, it's really, even he does it on a bigger level than me with a tour bus. And we were just kind of talking about how much a generator is a pain. I mean, our whole talk was just about a generator. It's like, oh my gosh, generators. So it's really unique, but I love being on the road. And I think that when I started, all the guys were really grinding. Like that was the way. Like you played as many shows as possible. So I did that for a really long time. I played as many shows as I could. So I'm trying to reframe my brain a little bit to take quality over quantity. So that's why you're like, when do you leave next? I was like, I don't have a show till Saturday. That's a big deal for me.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to play less and not kill myself.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
Yeah.
Because, like, how do you, I'm sure, like, being on the road constantly, how do you, like, prevent yourself from getting burnt out?
Yeah. I mean, I think I just do sometimes get burnt out. And right now we're trying to schedule a vacation. Sometimes it's too late, I guess is my point. Sometimes oh no, I'm here. And I've made that mistake quite a few times in my life. So now having a home that I love is going to make a big difference. I try to be really healthy when I'm not on the road in terms of what I'm eating and working out and resting and water. I try to really take care of myself when I'm off the road, because on the road it's just kind of like, do you want to eat? Well, there's this pizza, and that's either it's the pizza or the hot dog, or you don't eat. So it's kind of impossible on the road. So whenever I'm not, I just try to be the best version of myself.
Yeah.
I didn't do a good job this weekend.
That's okay. It was a holiday weekend.
Yeah. Everyone was
right.
celebrating.
That's
It
right.
doesn't count.
That's right.
Do you have like an experience on the road that just like, if anyone was to ask you what's like a crazy or weird experience you've had, it sticks out to you first?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's so many. The first one that pops in my brain is just, we were driving and all of a sudden we kind of felt a bump, and then I look over and our trailer tire was passing us on the highway. So
Like rolling by?
Yeah, it came off and it was passing us on the highway. And that could have been so bad. I mean, it could have hit another car. I mean, it could have been really terrible. So we pulled over, and then we just had to leave our trailer on the side of the road, and we had no cell phone service where it happened. It was in West Texas somewhere.
Of course. That always happens.
It was wild. We just had to unhook, like leave the trailer there, hope nobody stole it so we could go to the town, and, you know, and we didn't have a hitch lock to make. It was so wild. Now, looking back, that was just really crazy. I'm so glad that tire didn't go across the median, and it could have been so bad. But some things like that you can never predict.
Yeah.
You know?
Good thing nobody stole y'all's equipment. That
Right.
would-
It could have been so bad. And it was hot. I remember it was summer. And
So you're like, we can't. Nobody can wait behind.
yeah. I was like, wait. And then we went to a nearby town, and then that was kind of earlier days, but still Facebook days. So I posted, and someone came and put it on the flatbed while we drove back home to Austin. It was, people are really amazing. The people that have helped us in situations, and the people that have fixed our trailer or our axle or changed tires with us, strangers. I mean, we've been so thankful through the years. People are amazing.
Okay, so I read this random fact that you are related to Johnny Cash in a way.
Yes.
Can you tell me that? Because I kind of have a story that I'm kind of related to Johnny Cash
What?
too. So I wanted to see. Are you like related to him from like his side?
Yes.
Okay, so I was related to his first wife, Vivian. That's my grandma's cousin. So I'm related to his kids.
That's wild.
So I used to be related to him through marriage,
Right.
and so I like read, and I was like, I have to hear this story.
We're basically related.
Right?
Yeah, Johnny Cash and my grandma were second cousins.
Okay.
So I'm second cousins twice removed, I guess.
Okay.
And there's, in his book, he talks about there was a flood in South Carolina, and my family took, I think, some seeds to his family, and that's in one of his biographies. So that's kind of exciting, because I come from a farming family. My parents are both farmers. So that, and I love, you know, I love Jesus, but I drink a little. Like,
Yeah.
that's kind of my whole life. He's an outlaw, but he's not, but he is, but he's that. So I feel like that's kind of fitting for who I am.
Yeah. What are some like artists? I know you mentioned like some Texas country artists and being related to Johnny Cash maybe, but what are some artists that have kind of like shaped your music that you've like looked up to?
I mean, I love songwriters. Like, I love Lori McKenna and Sean McConnell and Brandy Carlisle. I love Grace Potter.
So good.
Oh my gosh. I love her so much. She followed me back on Instagram the other day. I don't know why. And I was like, I'm going to pass out.
Collaboration.
Yeah. Grace, listen. But really, really into songwriters. I love Rodney Crowell and, of course, all the Texas guys. And then my parents, though, they were really into, Fleetwood Mac. And so I also have CCR. Like, that comes into my writing, I think, a little bit just from my upbringing. So a wide range. But I love to just get sad and cry with Lori McKenna. Like, that is my favorite thing to do.
I love that, honestly.
Sad music with any emotion is the best. If I'm having a great day, I'm still going to blare sad music while I drive and put myself in that mood for a little bit.
100%. And it's really hard for me to write some of my anthem songs. One of my biggest songs, kind of anthem is a song I didn't write because it's way harder for me to do that than it is to just be sad.
You're like, that comes.
Yeah. And it's the kind of music that I like.
Well, kind of flip it on the other side. Your shows when you play live are super high energy and engaging and fun. How do you create your set list to keep that throughout the whole show, and what all goes into that?
We just had a Zoom meeting the other day as a band, which was good. We try to kill the dead space between songs. We try, and I'm always overthinking the set list, even during the show. I'm like, is this too much space? Is this too, and I want to take the audience on a journey, and I think we're always tweaking it and changing it. And so I love that you say that, because the 90 minutes that I'm on stage is the easiest thing that I do. And that's what I want it to be. I want the band to be the same every night. Like, I want to know exactly what we're going to do from start to finish. And some musicians don't like that, and some artists don't like that, but I do. I want it to be, I know what's going to happen, and I know what the order of the songs is going to be and how it's going to flow. And that's just important to me. But I also think I've been playing with a band for almost 15 years now. So you trial by error, fire, really. And I think that I also was, back in the day, usually the only female. There's only one of us. We all would joke. Like, there's, and there was only a few of us that had bands. So I kind of had to be that in order to prove that I deserve to be there a little bit. So I had to be really careful with the set and make sure that we were doing a great job.
Well, it shows.
Yeah.
I'm like obsessed with watching you perform. And like you feel so like I can feel like how confident you are up there. And it's always a good time at a Bri Bagwell show.
Thanks.
Have you always been like that? Like, as a kid, like, have you always just been like, have a good stage presence? Like, were you, I don't know, like singing around, just like wanting to be, I don't want to say center of attention because it's not that. I feel like sometimes it's a bad term, but I don't think it is because I feel like I'm like that. But
Right.
But have you always been like that?
I know what you're saying. Exactly. And yes, I did get a little bit of stage fright early on, and I still sometimes do, but I think when the nerves and stuff creep in is when I'm doing something that isn't in my wheelhouse. For example, like when I was on The Voice, or I was on a bunch of different TV shows, and I would look down and my hands were shaking, and then I get nervous that my hands are shaking because 90 seconds of a song I didn't choose on TV in front of Blake Shelton. Like, that's not my wheelhouse, and I kind of not bombed, but I didn't thrive. So I think when I'm doing something that I know is this is what I do, then I'm very comfortable in that space. And so I hope that does show, because I do feel very comfortable and very confident in that. But I've also worked really hard to get there,
Yeah.
So it's not like I don't think it came naturally as much as I've really been working for a long time at it.
Yeah. Well, it looks like it comes naturally.
Thanks.
It comes across. You're doing great.
Thank you.
Well, speaking of The Voice, I was listening to some of your podcasts the other day, and I was listening to Sundance Head, and it sounded like y'all were really good friends and very close. Did y'all meet on The Voice, or how did that friendship form?
He was in that circle of, when I first started playing, he was always in that circle with us, and we would always joke that we didn't want to be on a round with Sundance, because it was like, you can't sing after that. You can't sing after that person. He's so good. And when he won The Voice, there was nobody more deserving. I think he's such a good human, and he deserves it so much. But we were kind of just in the same circle. There's a guy named Charlie Diggs that puts on all these shows, and every year at his birthday bash, he would have all of us there together, and the Josh Ward, Sundance Head, and Jody Booth and Scooter Brown, and we were all just best friends. And so that I'm a big cheerleader of that man for so many reasons, but nobody deserves, you need to go see a Sundance Head show if you have not, because it's life-changing.
He played at Rock and R when we were working there a couple years ago for 4th of July weekend, and we were blown away. He was so nice too. Like, him and his band were like the kindest people ever.
And
his
little
wife.
kid,
Yeah,
like,
his-
was on
yeah.
stage
Yeah.
dancing with him. It was so incredible.
So
Yes.
family-oriented. And then his wife, I think they have like 13 rescue dogs. Like, she can't say no.
Oh my gosh.
So there also are people
Yeah.
in that. Yeah. And then he shot himself. What are you doing shooting yourself, Sundance? Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah, I forgot about that. That was
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah.
In a hunting accident, right?
His gun just fell down and it went off and it like shot him, and they left the bullet in there, and he said he's like, that's the one time being a fat guy saved my life. He's like, so
A worse story.
yeah.
Okay, speaking of rescue, your Sweet Dog Whiskey. I know y'all have like raised a lot of money for humane societies. Is that something you've always been passionate about?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've always loved animals ever since I was a little girl. And my family they were farmers, and so we've always just had a lot of animals around: ducks, pigs, horses. I had a lamb, and I showed a lamb in the fair, and which they told me they didn't send to the slaughterhouse. I don't know if they lied to me, but they
They probably lied. Unfortunately.
Lamborghini.
Was that its name?
Yeah,
That is
come
so
on.
funny.
Oh my gosh.
It's the perfect lamb name.
And then I'm a big Miranda fan too, and I think that kind of planted a seed for what you can do as a musician to help. And so for me, we don't have a ton of extra money to give back, so it's been really easy for me to take something that I love, and it's other people's money. I'm just the medium of, hey, if you buy this sticker, 100% of the money goes to the different shelters. So it started out with Humane Society of New Braunfels, and then there's one in Las Cruces in my hometown that I was just splitting the money. And then we started playing all these different benefits and meeting all these different people. So now I kind of just mail, I'm about to mail one to the Kerrville Pets Alive after this weekend. And I just take that money and kind of put it, I wish, talking to Miranda's mom, Bev, who really helped a lot with my career. Her mom and dad have helped so much with my career. But she said it is so hard because they want to help every shelter. But I think, we just donated our 8,000th dollar. So, it's not a ton of money, but if everyone did a little bit, it would really make a difference,
Yeah.
I love it. That's true.
Thanks.
It's like, even if you just donate $1, if
Yeah.
everybody donated $1, it would add up.
100%.
So what is the story behind you getting your puppy? And because I know that he or she means like a lot to you, and you have a song written about her and everything. Like, what is y'all's little story together?
Yeah. Well, I was driving. Everyone was tired. I said, I'll drive. This is the perfect place to look for stray dogs. Like, I said those words.
That's crazy.
You manifested it.
Yes.
Yes.
Turn the corner. She's in the middle of the road. I pulled over, jumped out, and she was in the middle of, so like I stopped a car. It honked at me. I flipped it off. Sorry, Mom. But
Like, I have to get this
so.
dog.
like, I have to get this dog. So
Yeah.
I chased her, and it wasn't super far before she just crouched down and let me pick her up. And it was so crazy because I knew, like, I have a picture of the day I found her, and I'm holding her, and it just says, oh no, like, I was like, oh no, on Instagram. And I kind of tried to find her owner, not chipped. Apparently that's where they dump Chihuahuas often. They breed them when they're young. You can breed Chihuahuas really young, and then they're still not full grown, and then they'll dump the mom and start over. And so she'd already had puppies, and they said she was maybe a year old. So
Aw.
yeah, and I was dating. I had a really unhealthy relationship when I was dating. I was dating this man, and I swear to you, that dog helped me leave that person. And now I feel like everything good in my life has happened because of finding that dog. Like, I don't know where I would be if I hadn't have found her. So it's not like who rescued who. It's like no. I know
Yeah.
she rescued me, and she's such a good dog. I just bought her an RV, so now we don't travel in a van anymore. So now we travel in a big RV, so I can have my dog.
Just for her. Love it.
Yeah, she has like a temperature monitor in there.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's really cute, and she's a really sweet dog. And I just got her DNA back, and she's half Chihuahua, but a lot of other really friendly things because she's a really friendly dog.
so cute.
She's so cute. So she's officially more famous than me, which is fine. We went to the river. Bo was there that day, so it's his favorite story. He will never let this go, but it was during COVID, so I'd let my hair grow out. My hair's naturally really dark brown. Now, unicorn, listen. So, but I'd let it grow out, and then I had no makeup on, and I walked in the river, and this guy goes, "Hey, that looks like Bri Bagwell's dog." And I said, "Does it?" And he goes, "Yeah, right." And then he walked off. And Bo was like, "Oh my gosh." He like didn't recognize me at all. And he just recognized my dog. He's like, "She's officially more famous
Wait,
than
that
you."
is so funny. You were like right there.
Yeah. I said, "Does it?" And he's like, "Yeah, right." And then I was like, "Oh."
Like, that is so funny.
Cool.
Bo was probably dying laughing.
Oh, they never let me forget it. He tells that story like once a day.
Oh, that's incredible. I love that you have her on stage with you too. It's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
She has her song that she runs out for, and then acoustic shows. Sometimes I'll just take her bed and she just curls up and goes to sleep and steals the show, but that's okay. She deserves it.
I love it. Okay, so you have your birthday bash show coming up at Billy Bob's.
Is this going to be out before then?
Yes, it's
This
actually,
Friday.
we do this fast
Wow,
turnaround. We
good
needed an
for you.
episode, so this will be out literally this Friday.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Yes, so come see me at Billy Bob's, please. I'm so excited. I got my Billy Bob's debut, I think it was a couple years ago, and I've been working on that for a long time. And it was in December, and it was when there was this giant like microblast freeze. All the stockyards like froze over. They closed down everything. So I still ended up playing, but like all the flights were canceled. Like my parents couldn't come. None of the bars were open down there. Like it was wild. And so they're giving me a redo.
Nice.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
And for it to be on your birthday is awesome.
I mean,
or in
it's close-
celebration
close
of
to my
it.
birthday,
Yeah.
But 5 days. And it's a Saturday. No, it's a Friday. So it's just going to be really fun.
That's going to be so fun. And then also you were talking about Hit the Highway song. Is it going to be released
That
Friday
same
too?
day.
Okay, cool. That's
Yeah.
exciting.
And then my family's all coming in. My brothers are coming in and bringing their, my nieces and nephews and stuff. So that's fun for me because they don't get to see me perform very often. And
Yeah.
That's so cute. How old are your niece and nephew?
well, I have 6 of. So
You
my
have
brothers are
6. Okay. Oh my
twins.
gosh.
They're
Okay.
identical twins, and they're 7 years older than me. And so we had a band together. So they both sing and play. And then I was like the little sister that
Of course.
played keyboards. Yeah. So they have 3 each, ranging from 17 to 11, and so I have 6 nieces and nephews. So
That's sweet. They probably like love watching you. They're
Yeah.
probably getting so excited.
The cool
Yeah.
aunt getting to go to your shows and stuff.
I'm definitely the crazy aunt
Yeah.
that comes in. And,
That's so fun.
but yeah, they're incredible, and they're all, into music and sports. And that's the one thing about living here that I miss getting to see my family, and I come home and they're grown people now and
You're like, what happened?
beautiful and going to proms and stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, am I getting old or are you getting old? We're both getting old, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's all okay.
Yeah.
So you have your own podcast that you do called Only Vans. Can you tell us like the story behind the name of it and also like how you like hosting it?
Yeah, well, it's a great name.
Yeah.
So naturally, I was like, I came up with that, but I gave myself a lot of credit. And then my old tour manager, Jeff, he was like, "That was totally my idea." I was like, "You're so right." So it was
You're
not.
like, what?
You're like,
It
now
was
that
not
you
my
claim
idea.
it, you can have it.
Yeah, I just was naturally like, "Oh, I totally came up with
Yeah.
this." But yeah, it's called Only Vans, and we were just him and I. After shows or whatever, just like every tour manager I've ever had, I sit in the front seat, and after shows we would just talk and complain or whatever, vent. And so he said, we should just record this. That would be a good podcast. And then my tour manager Kyle that you met, he was my tour manager for a little bit, and he has another podcast called Texas Toast, and he said, I'll do it. I'll record it if you just host it and get the guests. And so that's probably the only way that it would work since I'm on the road so much. So I get the guests and, prepare and stuff, but then I just talk.
Yeah.
And the first few episodes, we were sitting in the front seat of the van and the cameras were on the windshield and they would overheat and people would be hot and then we had no air it was just kind of a nightmare. So now we do it out of the RV
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
it's
it's cool.
lovely. Yeah.
Who's been your favorite guest so far?
Well, besides you guys,
Trick
Love
question.
it. Yeah.
yeah, you guys brought me sourdough. That was the best bread. I can't even tell you how good you are at making bread.
Oh
Like
my God,
She
thank
kills
you.
it.
Makes me
Really-
seriously so
yeah.
happy.
it's so good. Yeah, Paul's like, when do we get more bread?
I'll get you another loaf.
Okay,
Don't worry.
thank you. That
Just
was
drop
so
one on their
nice.
doorstep every week. Like, okay, here you go.
Well, then no.
Little delivery.
For real. It's so hard. I was just at Steve Trevino's house last night. That was really fun because he's a comedian and he's like a really famous comedian. So, but he's just such a down to earth guy. That one was really fun for me because seeing the parallels between music and comedy. I also loved I had Mickey and Willie Braun from Reckless Kelly and Making the Motor Cars, they were hilarious. And that was great. Bart Crow was a really, really, really good one. Bart's one of my really good friends. And it's really hard to choose. I've had so many great guests, but I would say those, we had to edit some of Steve's stuff out. He's very funny. Some of it was inappropriate for my mother who watches the podcast.
Yeah.
So.
It's funny. It's okay. Well, I had to edit Bo and Garrett's Timber Wild.
Yeah.
And Bo was laughing because there's such like a kind of a hiccup because we're like laughing, but I had to cut it out. Like, we can't
Like,
do
this part's
this.
done.
They had been drinking all day though.
Yes.
That was a great episode, mostly
Yeah.
because they said so many nice things about me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They love Bri
Yeah.
Bagwell.
Oh, me and Bo's episode, and Garrett and Stuart were those were also really good episodes. Bo and I didn't, that one just flew by. I mean, that's my buddy, and you always kind of hope that it's going to be a normal conversation.
Yeah.
But we've been friends for so long, but you still want it to be good, and then it ended up being great. He's so smart and funny and encouraging. Whenever you need, I mean, I think that's the thing about the podcast for me is everybody has the same problems. They might have a different zero at the end, but everyone has the same things going on in their lives, and people like to hear about that. I think people like the podcast has been wild. It's been one of the easiest things I've ever done. I'm not really trying with it, but you don't have to try. And that people really like listening to it because I'm just talking to Willie Braun about their drunkest steamboat stories.
Yeah.
You know, that's so much fun.
Yeah.
For me too.
Yeah.
You know?
Stories that like the listener would never know about had you they not have the opportunity to listen to you ask them.
Right.
You know? So,
Right.
yeah.
It's really rewarding for me. It is another full-time job, but like Rick Trevino was like, I want to be on your podcast. I said, are you kidding me? So he came on last Monday, and we did the podcast, and never in my life would I imagine I'd be interviewing Rick Trevino. I'm such a fan. And that one, I feel like I was a little bit fangirling on that one.
I saw your story and I was like, I love it. You're like, oh my gosh, she's coming in to record
Yeah.
today. Yes.
That's where you're killing it.
Yeah.
In the podcast realm. So
Yeah, it's super entertaining to listen to. I
Thank
love
you.
it.
I have a hard time listening back. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, my tone of my voice, or I say too much or whatever. And it's hard to listen back. I'm trying to get better and improve. And now we're on a network. And so they're giving me really good feedback. But I'm kind of hard on myself when it comes to some things.
it's always yourself. I feel like you're the most critical too. We are too. We're trying, like, I'll listen back and I'll text you and I'm like, oh crap, we said this too much. But I feel like we have been getting better too. So it's a process.
I think you
know?
guys
Yeah.
are great. I said that on my podcast. You guys do a really good job. You don't talk over each other. You're well prepared. You write really nice intros. You have water, and you do it all yourselves, which I was really impressed with that. I was like, who does all your editing? You said, we do. Like, wow, that's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Too kind. But okay, so last time actually on your podcast, we were laughing about how we asked Clay what advice he would give upcoming musicians.
Clay Hollis,
Yeah,
for
Clay
context.
Hollis.
Yeah.
Clay Hollis. Hey Clay, what's up? Just kidding.
I know.
But I wanted to ask you, what advice would you give to an upcoming musician that is just starting out?
It's so funny that Clay said don't do it.
Yeah.
'Cause I've said that before too. Depending on what phase of your career you're in, or how the weekend went, or whatever. I remember talking to Kyle Park. He was another great episode. And he said something about, you got to be in it for a while before things start to click. And Eli Young Band told me it was like 7 years before they were selling tickets and stuff. So, and I remember being only a couple years into it and thinking, oh my gosh, 7 years, that's so long. But it's so true. There's so many times that I wanted to quit, or I saw the end of the road, or got dropped from my booking agency or whatever. Like, if you can find a way to pivot and just make it work and keep moving forward, whatever that looks like, the music game, I think, is a game of perseverance. And so, and you get better and your songs get better. And you find yourself as a performer, and all of that just really comes with sticking it out. And it's easy. I think social media has made it really, really hard as far as comparison. I look at social media and it tells me who's playing the Opry. That's what I want to do that I haven't gotten to do yet. And every time I get on social media, it's like, oh, look at who's getting their Opry debut and you're not. So so I would say perseverance, and try not to compare yourself, because everybody's path is different. And I know there's a million people, girls and boys, that would probably love to be what I'm doing and have the shows that I have and get to play Billy Bob's and make independent records. And then I want to do these things that I haven't been able to do yet. And so we just try to be happy in your own space and hang in there. It's the hardest business ever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, hang in there.
Well, you deserve to be on that Opry stage, so we are going to
Thank you.
manifest. We
Yes.
manifest on this podcast.
Yes.
I love to do it, so that's what we're going to be
That's what we kind of do at the end every time. Bri Bagwell will be on the Opry stage.
Oh my
Yes, you're
gosh.
going
Love
to be
it.
on the Opry stage.
And now that
You
we're putting it
deserve
out
to
in the
get there.
universe, it's going to happen.
Yes,
So,
it's gonna
yeah.
happen.
I'm so ready. Never been more ready.
And we'll be there front row.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh, you have to come, and I'll just be crying. They're like, you can't come back. So you just cried the whole time.
Well, thank you again for coming on the podcast.
Thank you.
Can you tell people your website and where they can find you on social media?
Sure. Just Bri Bagwell, BRI.com. And I have all the social media things. I have a TikTok now. So
Nice.
I'm on there. I have Instagram. I have a lot of new merch on the website too, if you want to go there. And then always just buy tickets from my actual website, please. And I'm never DMing you, asking you for money or to buy a ugly t-shirt with guitars with wings on it. Like, please don't buy anything unless it's from the official website.
If it doesn't have the blue check mark and they message you, it's not me.
Right. And now they're like doing the check mark on their profile. Like the scams
Oh.
right now. Fake Bri Bagwell has made so much money, you guys. Like,
Does that make you feel good though? Because I just got a fake Snapchat created of me, and I kind of felt flattered.
okay.
So I'm like, is that flattering
Lovely.
though? That people are making fake
Yes,
things at you?
I guess.
'Cause that
Not
means
when
you're
they're
really
scamming
popular.
the fans.
Yeah, they're like, she's made so much money and like flirting with guys and saying I'm trying to leave Paul and
Okay, so
and
she's
stuff.
trying to ruin your life.
She's trying to like wreck my life, and she's getting so much dough right here, whoever you are.
We're going
out
to
there.
find her. We can do some investigating for sure.
The robots and wherever they are.
Probably like on the other side of the world.
It's insanity. That's so funny. You're like, plug your website. I'm like, don't talk to me. I'm never DMing you being like, oh, hey, what's up? Like, that's never me.
That's
With
true.
probably like broken English too.
Right,
like
yeah.
not even grammatically correct.
It's a robot
Yeah.
from somewhere, another country. Anyway,
that's good to know.
BriBagwell.com.
Yeah.
At Bri Bagwell. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so
Thank you.
much, Bri. It's been so much fun talking to you.
You're the best.
You're the
too.
best. And you're going to be on the Opry soon. So everybody
Yes.
buy the tickets.
Get ready.
I'm ready.
Well, thank you all. Again, this has been the Twin Rivers Music Scene Podcast with your hosts, Madison and Reed, and our guest, Bri Bagwell.
My favorite
Woo.
podcast. Twin Rivers. Don't I get to say that?
Yeah, I love it.
Yay! That was awesome. Y'all make it.
No venue too far, any song at every bar. Here to cover your needs. Twin Rivers.